I'll be really out here. So yeah, this is an unfortunate reshoot of the second episode of the podcast. Because I don't know how to use a computer, evidently. So I downloaded. Well, my excuse is that my computer crashed using OBS. So then I had to like redo all my settings, and I didn't know what they were, right? So I recorded in FLV, and you have to like convert the files to be able to use them from what we did. So everything got corrupted while converting, and just like that, file's gone.
Shit happens, guys.
Yeah, show's gone, file's gone, hopes and dreams gone.
Well,
We just literally just did the same thing. We're both just like, ugh.
yeah. I mean, it's what we gotta move on, dude.
Yeah, that's fucking so frustrating though, because we probably troubleshooted the setup for like 2 hours, and then finally recorded it for about an hour, and then like a little more even. And then just to get nothing out of it was so painful. I'm just like, oh no, what the fuck? Like I was just staring at it, and I was trying to do it last night, and I'm glad I realized it last night because it would have really ruined my day to like figure it out this morning.
Yeah, well, at least we're getting this going. Yeah, we got something. So
yeah, so we got a new format this time where we're just doing it through good old Discord. Shout out to Clark. Our buddy who came on the show, recorded the whole episode, will never be seen ever again. So shout out to him.
He might come on later, but right now you guys won't see him. So he's this guy with the face that you don't know.
Yeah, I just meant that episode. That episode just gone.
Yeah,
and it was
the lost episode. We should keep it just in case.
Yeah, just keep the file. I'll upload the clip. I have the clip of like us starting to record it for the first time, just like testing it. So it's like recording, and it's like him standing there like next to me, like vaping. Then we're like, we good? Yeah, we're good. We're not
should,
good.
Like, insert that like into the start of this.
Like, here you go. Yeah, to plop it in. Here's Clark. Right there. Yeah, just lay that in there.
Just him sitting on the side, just doing.
But shit. The problem with the content being lost is that I'm always gonna romanticize it. I'll be like, that could have been the greatest episode ever, right there.
Yeah, dude.
And no one knows that. And, that's why I can think that.
We don't even know that. I felt it was a good sesh, but still,
it was good. Clark carried us to the epic victory royale, chicken dinner.
Winner, chicken dinner, dude. I haven't played PUBG in a while.
Yeah, it's months easily for me. I only ever play if someone's like, "Hey, you want to play this?" I'm like, "Okay, I guess." Right? Like I'll play a couple games.
That's how I am with basically most games. Now I just play fucking WoW like on my own.
Yeah,
just like neck beard over here.
You're just wowed up. You're like, Bob, shit bucket.
The Eric Cartman treatment. Jeez. So you've been drinking the Red Bulls. I fucking love Red Bull.
This is in fact the same Red Bull from yesterday that I was drinking.
Oh shit!
Where I drank about half of it and then started to drink alcohol and was like, all right, I'm gonna put this aside. Do what needs to be done.
Yeah, yesterday we were feeling loose, feeling great. A little loose butthole action there.
A little loose butthole.
Well, then we talked about assholes last time, but you won't get to hear that.
It's a general theme of the show.
Yeah. A
little bit of asshole comedy, a little bit of riffing on an asshole. Can't go wrong with that.
Oh, I got that right in the trash can. You guys can't even see the
where's
trash
it? I can't even see your trash can. Oh, right shit.
There.
Is that a Coles bag in there? Some sort of Shaw's bag?
That was the bag stuff. I brought the Kraken and they were Coke in last night.
Yeah. Kraken. And I'm scared of the Kraken since my last Kraken experience, which I brought it up very briefly yesterday, but I can tell you the story.
Okay.
Yeah, I might have told you this sometime in my life, I guess. I think it was like right after like we graduated like high school. This was like a few years ago, and I went fishing with my brother. So we just took our shitty kayak like out into like the reservoir like in town. And so he like brought these old like, there was like, I don't know, dive weights that someone left in our garage for some reason. Like, I don't know why there's dive weights in the first place, but we found them and just tied a rope around them and then like used it as an anchor. So we just rowed the fucking canoe out to the middle and then threw all these weights in so we wouldn't get like dragged around. And we proceeded to just sit there and like I drank, like poured out like half a 2-liter into like cups and then just like filled the rest of it back up with the Kraken, like the 750 bottle. So like just like put the whole thing in there.
out of a 2-liter bottle.
Yeah, like a 2-liter of Coke, right? And then I pour out like half of it, and then so I got like this much Coke, and I'm like, all right, and I fill it back up.
Christ.
Like we just put the whole bottle in there, so we're just like sipping it like from the.
So was it 50-50? Was it 50-50?
Yeah, like pretty much.
That's a dangerous game, man. That is a dangerous game.
But so we're not really like thinking about it because we're just like sitting there and we're fishing, and we're talking, like we're having a good time. And so we're start to go back, and then remember we're trying to like move the gear around, and he's like, I'm like, oh, you need that? And I just like stand up, like I just get the fuck like stand all the way out, and the boat's like wobbles like super far back and forth. So he's like, Jesus Christ. He like pulls me down. So we're like, all right, we should get the fuck out of here. We're fucked up. Well, like he was like only drank a little bit. Like I was like fucking stupid drunk off this shit. And so we pull up like onto the shore. We're trying to load the boat in. And I remember just like sitting there, like holding on to the side of the truck, like the rail in the back. I'm just like leaning on it, and I just like slide down and just like face plant into the dirt. And there's some lady like walking her dog, like comes like strolling by, and I'm just like laying down there and I'm just like pissing on the ground. She's just like,
little sleepy boy face planted on the ground,
just fucking pissing like in the dirt next to the truck, and she's walking. I'm like, So he's
what
like,
the fuck is all this?
Yeah, he's like, goddamn, and he loads the thing up real quick, and he like throws me in the car, and then we're like, we need to get some food, right? So we link up with my sister. Evidently, I don't remember how that happened, but like we met her somewhere like on the way. Maybe we probably dropped the boat off, I think, and then she was like at the house. So like we're like, all right, we're gonna get food, and then we go to the Chinese buffet in town near. What the fuck?
Roach Brothers.
Tweeter Center, yeah.
Tweeter Center, yeah.
Yeah, like, so you know what I'm talking about. We go in there, hit that buffet real quick. So like I start eating, and I'm like, all right, I need to go to the bathroom, and I just like go in there. I'm sitting on the toilet, and I just puke up like this whole 2-liter, just like all of the floor. And so it's in a stall, so it's just like raining down and just like panning out across the floor, just like going just going everywhere. And I was like, oh no. And I just like run, like come shuffling back out, trying to act normal, right? And I sit at the table, and they're like, so why are you soaking away? I was like, we should go. So I just like leave, like, can we get a check? And we just like leave cash and like dip. I was like, yeah, I want to get out of there before they found it, because I was in no shape to be cleaning it up, and I knew my family would have been pissed. So I was like, right, let's get out.
Jesus Christ! Hopefully they don't know you as that guy now.
It was so much liquid, like it was just like,
like the secret's out. They know now.
There was no like, it was probably not that bad because there's nothing solid in there. Like we didn't like eat all day. We just like sat on a boat and just like fucking slammed all this soda.
But imagine that worker that just like goes in there for during his break. He opens up the door. He's like, okay, end of my shift. All right, 15-20 minutes left. What the fuck?
I mean, I
sees all of this.
I was like, yeah, I know I'd be salty. I work in a restaurant. I get it, but it's such is life, man. They do it to me.
It's true. It's like, true, man.
And I wasn't.
Shit happens.
It's like I feel like it would be different if I was like, oh, I'm gonna piss all over the seat because it's funny. Like
that's completely different.
Yeah, you're just being a dickhead. But I was like, I was in desperate need of salvation, so I was like, all right, we gotta just puke on this drain real quick.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know if I've been back there since. Maybe once.
Once you go back there, be like, I remember this place.
There's no fucking way they remember me though. I look
Oh,
way
no.
I look way fucking different from when I was like 18 to like right now.
Yeah, you do.
You know, like fucking short hair and no beard. They'd be like, nope, this is a different Ginger.
Dude, fucking times in the hometown. Oh man, life changes so fast. At the same time, I'm not sure if I want to go back.
Go back to the good old days.
The good old days, yeah. A lot of people like reminisce about, oh, I would have done things different. I'm like, I probably would have screwed it up even more, to be honest.
I don't know. Maybe that's the cruel irony of the situation.
Yeah.
If you were like ever really got the chance to like go back and try to like, change your life, like are you saying like knowing what you know now?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like so you'd be like, oh, like I really want to avoid this, and I feel like you'd try so hard to like not do a certain thing, like a lot other thing. You'd like sacrifice a lot of shit that you took for granted now that you had then, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That was pretty
Yeah,
good.
but going back then, I'd probably want to be rich or some shit and like invest in Bitcoin in like the early 2000s or some shit, you know.
Yeah.
And then from there, I'd be like, oh, high roller. At the same time, I don't have any friends. Well,
See,
fuck
like,
me, dude.
Yeah, like, I mean, that's true. Because I'd be like, you'd likely want to do something like that.
Yeah.
If you were like, oh, I suddenly have this knowledge, and you're like, okay, so like, what do I need to do? I need to be successful, right? So you're like, all right, I'm just gonna like invest in fucking Apple or something like that is gonna like blow up, or like fucking I don't know. I don't know when what time period we're in this scenario.
So I would say before the 2000s, Apple, considering they introduced like the iPod, and the iPod like hit the market.
iPod, that shit made people feel some type of way.
Yeah.
That shit hit different when it hit
it
market. Man, yeah, I was talking about an iPod Nano.
iPad Nano.
iPod Nano that I used to have. I remember it was like 250 like megabytes, and I was like, oh, this shit has so many fucking songs on it, man. I was like, this shit's loaded. I got like 112 tracks.
I had the iPod Classic, and I modded it so that it like had like a thick skin, and you could like play games on it. I was playing Doom on my iPod Classic, like on the bus on the way to school in middle school. I remember that shit.
Well, they only had like fucking that Brick Breaker game, and it was like the shitty iPod, so you had to like go around the circle to like move it left and right. Yeah,
and then you had the center dot, and then you had the center dot. Yeah, you press.
But so like you just like to move the thing back and forth and like it bounce like balls. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So for Doom, it was like this is look, and then you could tap the sides to like move left or right or move up and down, and press the center to shoot.
What the fuck?
And then you could like double tap to swap weapons and stuff like that. I used to play that.
That sounds way too like advanced.
It's like playing on a trackpad nowadays, like on a laptop for me. Like this is the same feeling.
I could see what you mean. Trackpad fucking sucks.
Yeah.
At work they give people IBM laptops, which is such a fucking troll. Where it has like the red ball, and you gotta like finger the fucking thing between the keys.
I have a laptop like that somewhere. Yeah, it's right over there. But yeah.
That's such a troll though. They're like, you got promoted. Here's a new laptop for you. I'm like, what is this?
Wow.
What is this? We're not talking about this or this. We're talking about this.
This shit though.
Is it a ThinkPad, dude?
Yeah, it's a ThinkPad. So
yeah, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah, the little Jenny ball.
This is your mouse. This is your mouse right there. You like move it around like that.
Yeah. What a fucking troll. I can't believe they're like, yeah, here you go.
I love it.
And they're like, why aren't people getting work done? You gave them the fucking worst piece of hardware you could find.
God damn.
We also got water today.
I unfortunately I could go get water right now, but it's kind of too late.
It's necessary, as you know, I don't drink a lot, right? So what I have, like 2.5 drinks, but like a decent sized cup, so like pretty good amount of like alcohol, and I've probably drank like a fucking like a month ago, like you know what I mean? Maybe like had like a couple beers or something in between there, but like never like actually drank. And so I was like pretty lit off of like nothing yesterday. It was like comically lit, and then we were like smoking, and I was just like sitting here. I was like, holy fuck! I was like, I haven't been like drunk in a while. And
Dude,
yeah, so I woke up
chill with the
today and
homies.
I felt it. You know what I mean?
Oh, and me too. My roommate, he had some fish cooking, and he was like, "Dude, smell this sauce." I'm like, "Dude, if I smell this sauce, I would probably go to the bathroom and throw up right now."
Well, when you like this morning,
yeah,
he's cooking fish.
yeah, exactly. Just like
Damn.
something that just sets you off if your stomach isn't right.
Yeah, you just like felt like So I just ate that like fucking Belvita thing. Just
Yep.
like it's like it's a little soda biscuit. I was like, I can handle that in my current state, I guess we'll call it. We're feeling pretty all right now, I suppose. It's all the Red Bull, get you back on track. Big caffeine dosage.
Got the boost. Give me the juice. Give me the juice. Okay. My chair makes so much noise.
It's a clicky boy. So I figured we could kind of just circle back through what we had initially planned to talk about on the show yesterday.
Okay. So
which was the songs and like what do you think defines, in like your opinion, a good song, or what would make it a good song? And we definitely went like very into this and very all over the place when we like first started talking about it.
Yeah, we were first talking about the fact of what reverberates between the individual and the artist's like intention versus like what if the artist didn't intend for something and people like it because the thing that wasn't intended.
Yeah, like that was like kind of the main thing that Clark, I remember him talking about, was like it's how that crossed over with a lot of like different art forms. And it's like once you kind of like, sorry, there's a fucking fly coming in this shit.
Is there? I can't even see it.
I was like, it keeps like making me look at the mic. It keeps like coming in here. Anyway, he's saying it's like once you like put a piece of work out there that like the public kind of determines what it is, or like what defines it, like makes it whatever. And oops, I just clicked on my space bar. So that's definitely like the same with music, or it's like you put your song out there and you wanted like people to have a certain reaction, like they might not have that reaction and they might not like agree with the message that you put out, but it doesn't like make it a bad work, because like your original intention got miscommunicated, but that's how it was perceived by like the general public.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, you can have a banger song and you didn't mean it to for the lyrics to mean so much. Maybe you can have like some white lyrics with some people like it hits home to them, and who can say like the same response I get out of one song is the same response you'll get out of the same song,
Yeah, definitely. It's all like subjective. So it's like kind of like what we kept like getting into like a bunch of these like points like this, and then it just like it always came back to just like being too opinion based. Because it's like you can't write it off, like, because you might enjoy certain parts of it, or you might not like the song at all, but you might still think it's a good song, and all these other people think it's a good song. But like, does that make it like not a good song to you just because you don't like it? Like, you can usually identify like quality, but like you could also think maybe a song that wasn't like professionally produced or something like that, so maybe it's not like quality, but like it has a good meaning, or like it has a good concept to it. Like you might also think that's a good song. Yeah. So there's really no way to like define it other than your own personal taste, and like it's like on a case by case basis for everything.
So you can do case for following themes and going and like going outside the theme. What we were talking about earlier is like the algorithmic way of like a genre like makes a song and then like breaking that way and doing your own thing. Like they both can be good, but at the same time they both can be shit. Like
Yeah.
it's both ends of the spectrum when it comes to if it's good or bad. It really so like it depends upon the individual with like if they are looking more into the beats or the music side of it or like the lyric side of it, like the meaning. So I mean, I myself, like we talked about this, I'm 80% of the music is more important than the lyrics for me, and it makes an impactful. The song could be impactful mainly based off of just the music, and some people don't feel that way.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of people that don't. I don't know if they don't, but they find it hard to like associate with like just the music itself. Like they just don't get like as much of like an emotional reaction out of like strictly just like sounds from like instruments and songs. So I remember like one of the first like when we were talking about on the first episode was like video game soundtracks, and I think that's a good example of like how you can just kind of like pair the music with certain visuals, and it doesn't necessarily have to be lyrics, and it doesn't have to be any visual or lyrical like addition to the music to like make it have like a certain feeling and be able to like convey like I don't know, like just emotions, I guess. It's like I'm thinking of like Halo when I'm talking about this, and like Minecraft and like all these like classic like songs, like they just stand out like so well, and it just like makes you feel some type of way.
Yeah, dude. No, I love music that does that. And that's the shit that I go back to. You know?
So yeah, then
and if it doesn't, probably don't pick it up again. You know?
Yeah, because it established that connection with you.
Exactly. Just be like, I love listening to this track. It sucks ass. You know? It's like, bro, what?
yeah, but like, you know, people do that. I've definitely done that. I'm like, this is like a fucking joke, but like I like it. Like I think it's good. Like it has value.
There's something about it that's good though. You know?
Yeah, like it all has like its own value based on how you perceive it.
It's so bad it's good. You have one of those songs?
So bad it's good, where you're just like, holy shit. Yeah. You ever heard of this guy Bangs? He's from like Sudan or something.
No, I haven't.
He's a rapper. So he sounds hilarious, you know, because he's from another continent. So obviously it's funny when we hear it. Like, and you hear like British like rap, and you're just like, what? The fuck is this? Why does he sound like that?
My favorite is like Minecraft parody. So like it's bad, but it's funny because it's Minecraft.
Yeah. I wasn't thinking in like a joke standpoint. That's a pretty good point though. Where it's like there's definitely value there. It's entertaining.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just like, is this good? You're like, not really, but like it does something for me. So like, you could say it's good. Like you could make an argument to say it's good.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think what I was trying to say.
I just love Minecraft.
Yeah, I don't care. I just fucking love Redstone.
Yeah, dude.
I was thinking like the video game soundtracks, and that kind of relating to what you were saying about appreciating more of the music than the lyrics of a song. And like I think they can both be like they can both make or break a song. Like, but if the music's like just not good, then it's just flawed from the beginning, you know what I mean? Because like sometimes the lyrics can be like terrible, and you're like, wow, that really like ruined that song. Or you know, sometimes the music can be kind of like and the lyrics can like sell it as a good song, and you're like, all right, yeah, like I like what they did.
Yeah,
but you always need that like that foundation. Though is like I just feel like the music is like the more important part of it.
No, I get you. Both definitely do make a good song for me, but I agree. Hold on, I'm just gonna move up my chair, be a little bit taller, boy.
The but it's like, and that's like, as like, as someone who's like, tries to like write songs, and I can imagine like other like famous people, when you hear songs and you're like, wow, this has a really good vibe to it, like they obviously had like an emotional connection with the music itself to be able to write lyrics that kind of like forwarded that vibe that the song is already like producing. I lost my train of thought hard on that one. Very hard.
So you're saying that some people are very good with matching what they want to put into words with the track for like.
Yeah, I'm saying those. Yeah. So it's like people who are like good at writing, I feel like have a good appreciation for like the music and being able to like convey how it made them feel with the words to like bring the two together.
Yeah. I wish I was that way, dude. Like I can play random riffs and whatnot like that, but to get like a cohesive like both side thing, that's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, I mean it's always like
some motherfuckers be talented out there, bro.
People really do be having talent out here and making it harder for everyone else to do shit.
Yeah, good.
I guess everyone's got their strong suits, I guess. Yeah, these songwriters out here, like this is kind of like poppy now, so I almost feel guilty for bringing up Juice World as an example. Okay. But it's like, because all of his songs kind of have like the same feel, which I feel like kind of takes away a little bit from what I'm trying to say, is like they can be very specific with the vibe. But it's like there's a lot of like good examples of like the beat, like you could just hear like it just sounds like some sad boy shit, like it's like some minor key and it's like thumping, it's kind of like slow, and you're like, oh, like this feels very like kind of like you're mad about something, or you're like thinking about some kind of like reminiscing. It's like has very emotional tone to the music, and then like the lyrics kind of come in on top of it, and you're like, all right, that's like exactly what I was expecting here. Like this pairs like nicely.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I think we did talk about yesterday about songs. Like Don't Fear the Reaper we were talking about, where it's like they have kind of like a contrast to them. Mm-hmm. Which is definitely interesting.
Sounds happy, but actually has deeper meaning.
Yeah, exactly. Where it's like it's like a duality to the song. Mm-hmm. Holy shit, that Red Bull will fuck you up.
and with that duality, are you a person to listen to more of the lyrics behind it and the underlying meaning, or hear the music and be like, oh, this is a happy song? I mean, you can get that there's lyrics in there, but when you listen to it, you're like.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, like, so I would definitely be more inclined to associate with the music itself, because you hear it like, and it's the music's like the vessel, man. It's like that's kind of like bringing you the lyrics. So it's like without the rhythm and like the feel of the song, like you're just kind of the lyrics are kind of meaningless.
It's the vessel, man.
I know that.
The vessel, man.
so yeah, like the music's bringing you the lyrics. So I feel like you're hearing them like happily. So even if it's like this really happy song and these really sad lyrics, like even if it's some fucked up shit, you're like, I killed my wife and kids because they were in the way because they need to die.
Yeah, it's just like, oh man,
it's like,
I know what he's saying, but I don't fucking care.
Yeah, it's like you don't care about like the tone of the lyrics because the music's like carrying it a certain way.
Yep.
So yeah, like that's kind of like, I feel like why like that song is very popular by Blue Oyster Cult, right? Is like they kind of said what they wanted to say, and some people could like associate with like the lyrics and like the emotion, everything they're trying to write about, and then like everyone else was just like bopping along to the song, like happy go lucky, happy as a clam.
Yep.
And then they're like, oh, okay, yeah, it's a good song, I like how it makes me feel. And then they're like, oh, what's he saying about this guy? And they're like, I don't know about all that, but it's a good song, and they
some propaganda song. about like, you know,
insert Russian national anthem.
yeah, I don't care what he's saying, but goddamn, this slaps.
I just imagine like a trap beat with like a fucking like a Russian speech going through an intercom. You know what I mean? Like a camp where it's just like propaganda on a loop, and it's just a do 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 do.
God damn.
That'd be pretty lit. Not gonna lie. That'd be pretty lit, gamers.
I would listen to that on my way to work, bro. Your new boss comes in, hears you blaring that. He's like, "What the?"
Hey, like, this guy's fucking weird. Something's wrong with this fella.
Yeah, exactly. But
that's pretty funny.
Yeah. There are certain scales that like go for that tone of like happy. So it's really like the artist like picking the music and then playing with it. So they it's like going with the contrast of both sides is an element that can be played on two songs. It's kind of cool. At the same time, you hit mixed crowds, so I guess it's kind of safer that way.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I never really thought about it like that. That's pretty interesting though, to think if they were intentionally like, oh, I want to like be able to relate to like different groups of people, and they like did it that way, or if they just like that was just their idea like in the moment and they did it. Like there's a lot of angles that you don't like really think about a lot,
or you're overthinking it and you think it's that, but they act like I said, they
true.
not intentionally did something to make it like that.
yeah that's a good crossover with like writing and stuff like that, where it's like when you study like books in school and you're like reading it and they're like, oh, what does this mean? And you're like, I don't know, I think this, right? And then the teacher is like, no, you fucking idiot. And you're like, this was the author's intent. I was like, this is written in like 1920. Like, what the fuck? Like, no one knows about this fucking guy. Like, no one like. It's just scholars decided it. Like,
what did Clark use? The writer's dying intention or some shit like that. He talked about
some
this
some sort of expression, right?
Yeah,
that's what I was talking about. It's like when you put the song, the book, the poem, movie, like whatever the fuck out there, like, you know, it doesn't matter what like you wanted to do with it. Like it just becomes the work of the people, and they will all determine what it is to them essentially. But then there's kind of like an overarching like public opinion at the same time. Like we were talking about like pop music.
God.
What?
I was thinking like then you get like the writers or people that make public announcements like, no, losers, this is actually how it is. Like I'm throwing shade at Harry Potter books right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fucking. Actually, he was deep throating Dumbledore for all fucking 8 books. You just didn't know because you're fucking stupid and you couldn't infer my writing properly.
We're all gay.
It's like all wizards are fucking gay.
God damn. But yeah,
that's what's magical about them. They magically reproduce, so they're just all gay.
Yeah, but like, so if an artist does that, like tries to branch out there, be like, okay, guys, this is actually what it means. It can be taken as like, okay, buddy, sure, whatever you say.
I feel that when J.K. Rowling did that, like that's the lady, right?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Yes. When she did that, I felt like it was just such a publicity stunt. Like she just wanted to like, you know, get on fucking Twitter or whatever, like, you know, just like blow up. Cause like why? Like it's so late, like after everything.
Yeah, it's true.
Then for like, if it was like really this like big deal for her, and like
she'd have probably
like,
said it a lot earlier.
Yeah,
you know?
like, and it would like, I feel like it would have like people would have like, it would have been in the fucking book or so at some point, right? Like if she really wanted these ideas, and like maybe she kind of always thought that, was afraid to write it, and then but just kind of like want it. But like you could have said something like way fucking before this,
Yeah,
and then
that's
it's
true.
like I don't know. I feel like it was just some sort of like she wanted like people's attention, and she wanted like there's been a lot of like like positive like social justice, I guess, like for like gay things, I guess. I don't know how to say that, but you know what I'm talking about. So maybe
like,
she was just trying to get on like the trend.
So what I'm trying to relate this to is like, so when it's out into the public's hand, I think it's a bad, like you should accept it for how the public has it, but still appreciate for what you try to do it and try to put it out there as.
Yeah.
You can't come back and be grab your child and force them to be something that they aren't. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, like you can't just like I feel like that was just so like that was so weird. It was so like of her to like just do that, like just try to force this narrative like way after all this shit's like hyped. Like the fucking books came out, the movies came out, and that shit's down here now. Like it's kind of like it's it still exists. It's so popular. People like it. There's like other shit going on. Like why bother? I'm just don't understand. There seems to be no other explanation, and I don't know why I'm so like personally affected by this. I'm going in on J.K.
No, but it's a great example when
I'm just
because music artists will do this as well. I mean, you can see on Twitter sometimes like I see little artists. I'm not gonna call the little artists out because I want them to boost themselves, but like you just see people that like putting out their work and then talking about their work, and then like you just have to let the public accept it.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I
the
mean,
the kid's gonna grow the way he wants to grow.
I get what you're saying.
When
I understand people try to like defend it.
Yeah. Don't defend it, dude. Just accept it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you kind of have to like, but I get where people are coming from. If they're like, they put a song out there,
it's their baby,
and they're
like,
why the fuck would you write about this? And you're like, no, that's not what I meant. Like, and then they're like, no, like you said fuck this, fuck that. And you're like, you missed the point. And I was like, and I've like definitely seen like big rappers and stuff like that, like on social media, like defend their own song and stuff like that, and I haven't felt like particularly bothered by it.
Yeah, no, people are always gonna say shit about your stuff if you're public. Like we were saying about the Kanye topic, the lost video that shall that so during the lost video, basically we talked about how Kanye kind of like goes out and wants or forces his own things to be his narrative, I guess. Is that how you say it?
Like when, what do you mean exactly? Can you try to?
So when we're talking about having a reaction expected from the artist, Kanye wants a particular certain thing, and if he doesn't get what he wants, he like gets mad about it. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, yeah, definitely. He seems like the type.
Yeah. I mean,
and
this is just an example of it.
Yeah, like he's just out there like and pissed off, yelling at fans and shit, like starting arguments on the internet.
But we still like Kanye because it's Kanye, you know.
Well, he's like a fucking public spectacle at this point.
Yeah,
it's
he's
like,
a public figure, and you got to accept. So I feel we were talking about accepting yourself for being a public figure, despite criticism.
If that's like something you're choosing like to do for yourself.
Yeah,
I remember we were talking about it in relation to like streaming as well. It is like people will just like tell you to like do something a certain way, or they want you to do something specific, like play something or do whatever, and you're like, well, come on, like what the fuck, like I'm trying to do my thing. And it's like Kanye is the same thing, right? Like he's like, no, I'm trying, like this is my art, like I'm trying to make this kind of like song to like do this message, or I'm upset about this, whatever the fuck it is, right? And he's like by being successful, I guess, but like by opting to like create art and put it out there, and you're putting yourself out there, like you're gonna open yourself up to these things. Like it's just kind of how it goes. Like, is it fucked up sometimes? Yeah, sure, right? But like, that's just. Oh, I accidentally hit my keyboard again. That's just how it is. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Like if you're gonna be the one out there in public eye putting shit out there for people to see, then they're gonna have something to say about it.
Oh yeah, I can. And at what point can you accept all of it, or at what point do you get mad at some shit that somebody said about you?
I don't know. I think everyone's got like a little room to be like mad if people like, say shit to them.
I get it, but at that
Like,
point, like you can't be like. I don't know.
Like, I mean, I understand, like, you're human. If someone's like, hey, fuck you, you fucking douchebag, nice fucking haircut, idiot.
Comes into your stream, just completely roasts you and leaves.
Yeah, and, like, that's happened. People come in and be like, oh, yeah.
Like, that's happened to both of us, dude.
Yeah, you're fucking this, you're fucking that, you look like this. And I'm
like,
just
okay.
like, I'm like, damn.
Whatever.
So, like, how are you today, though? You want to, like, sub? You gotta stay grinding,
Yeah, dude.
You're like, yeah, for sure. I definitely am a fucking retard baby fucker. Yeah, you want to like hit me with that Prime sub though? Like, I'm about to open these 6 alpha packs. I don't know what you're doing. Like, you want to hang out? Like, follow maybe? Like,
dude,
I got
you want to come? You want to come play? You want to sub to my YouTube? I'm like, please, come on. Just a couple clicks. Just a couple clicks, brother. Leave a hateful comment, dude. I mean, better than nothing. It's better than nothing, like, dude.
I don't know. People just do love to troll though. Like, and I think you
kind
of have
trolling.
to like, yeah, you have to like expect that. Like you're saying, like if you're in the public eye, like it's gonna happen, and then you should just kind of. I don't know. I guess that you just gotta get the fuck over it. Really, like there's kind of nothing you can do. Yeah, like if that's the life you're gonna live, is gonna come with it.
If you're gonna be public, you gotta accept anything being said. But at the same time, you can talk about it.
Yeah, like
but at
what
what point is the
yourself.
Extreme of you reacting to it?
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's like
that's not the answer, Sway. It's not the answer, Sway. That's my favorite.
You can do that shit like if you really want to, right? It's just like people just kind of perceive you like you're like, immature. I feel like because like if you're
very much so.
Even if people are talking a lot of shit to you, you're still like more known than they are in whatever like instance we're referring to. It's like of course they're gonna be like, oh, you're a fucking douche, because like punching up is easy, right? But if you punch down, you're kind of like an asshole. Like if you're like really famous and like rich and successful, like say you're like some big star on Twitter or some shit, and then people like talking shit to you and you're like responding to them and you're like, yo, I'll fucking fight you, like pull up, you're not even rich, like you're a fucking pussy, like what the fuck are you doing, guy? Like relax. Like
this guy that has like 10 followers just like versus a guy that has like a million.
yeah it's like,
yo, you trying to squat up, bro? Trying to squat up?
I mean, it can be funny for sure. Like I've seen like in the you've seen like Joe Rogan on like Netflix, like his like comedy special. There's one of them he's talking about where it's like some lady's just like talking shit to him about his show. So he like goes to her page and he's like looking at all the shit she's posting about and he's just like roasting her. But it's like on his special, so it's like I don't know. I guess it's like not as petty, and it's like it's genuinely funny. So like it's all right. I feel like there's just a lot of bad taste.
It all depends upon how much how he does it,
Yeah, it's because it's in good taste. It's funny.
Okay.
Whereas like I think there's a lot of people who just like get butthurt and like say like some fuck shit like immediately. Watch, this is finna be me though. People are gonna be like, fuck this guy, and they're gonna roast me, and then I'm just gonna be salted in the comments. Just gonna be out here
Go
typing
ahead.
away. Be like, you really fucking
keyboard warriors, unleash your havoc. Just like, yeah, he's gonna hear all this.
But that I think a lot of like I definitely think it's funny to like insult people and like joke with people and stuff, and like who doesn't, right? Like there's like I don't know, some I've definitely gotten butthurt about some shit that people are joking, like that's such is life, man. It happens, like you get over it, it's fine. But I think a lot of shit on the internet specifically is very like, it's kind of like just good natured because it's just the atmosphere is everyone just goes like goes way over the top with everything. So like I've had people come into the stream and just be like, "Oh, like fuck you." I'm just like, "Yeah, I'm a fucking douche, right?" I'm like, "How you doing?"
Me too.
And then they're just kind of like, "Oh, I'm all right. Like, what's up?" And then it's like they're just like fucking around. They're just bored, whatever. So they're just like talking shit, like for fun. And like that's fine. Like I think we've all kind of been there. I've definitely gone to some shitty YouTube videos and been like, "You're a fucking clown," you know, like.
Dude, oh man, I love it. I gotta do that more.
Yeah, that's the next fucking video.
Yeah, dude, just clowning around.
Just recording me DMing small channels, calling them mean things.
Oh man. On internet bullying, let's go.
Yeah, live internet bullying, everyone. Come on down.
God damn. Live on Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch probably
Live
has a
on
strict
D-Live.
no bullying policy, I want to say.
Live on D-Live.
What is that?
That's
porn site?
PewDiePie's streaming platform.
Wait, he has one?
Yep.
Is he stream on there?
Yep. Oh, I can link you.
So he like owns it? Is this like new?
He doesn't own it.
I thought he still streamed on like YouTube though.
It's newer, but hold on.
Interesting. Well, so yeah.
Like this.
Speaking of saying mean things on the internet, right?
Yep.
So like PewDiePie's in a pretty good spot right now. Everyone kind of forgave him. Why do you think certain people like get that like public like sympathy and some people like don't? I feel like there's some.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, yeah, go ahead, please.
It depends upon how sincere the person is, really.
But that's kind of subjective, right? Like,
yeah,
because I could be like, if I had never seen his videos and I was like, no, fuck this guy, he's a douche, like ahead of time, and then I watched like an apology video and I'm like, oh, look at him, he's just like doing it because he thinks he has to, whatever. And I've definitely said that about like a lot of shit I've seen.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean,
so I'm saying, who determines who's being sincere? I guess is what I'm kind of getting at there.
So
just the general public.
Individual viewer, because like media doesn't like. So apparently, social media, or no, public media doesn't like the face of YouTube, PewDiePie. So they'll go out and find any harsh thing and post it against him, right?
Yeah.
And they won't put it out there if he does an apology video. They might, but it won't get as many clicks, because what really gets clicks is something that will disrupt the public, right?
Sure.
And I think it's his general followers, the people that actually watch his videos, know what from what, considering they watch the videos, you know.
Yeah, they actually seen all the context, like they understand what's happening.
Yeah. So I feel like the people that actually view it will have a lot, or will understand him more than people that just randomly click the video.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So
yeah, because I think there's a lot of people that are like run like, I don't know what to call it, maybe like a commentary channel or like a news kind of channel, something like that, where they would like, they're not necessarily fans, like they're just like, they just try to post these things like that are relevant, and like that may like sway people that are on the fence. But like I think like you're saying, like every creator, every influencer, whatever the fuck you want to call them, right, they have a core audience and like a core group that like they've established like a pretty good connection with. And I think a lot of people can tell, be like, all right, like this guy's like like kind of an asshole, like based on everything he's been doing, like, or they're like, oh, like I think it was like an actual like misstep, and then he's like wants to like move past it and just keep doing what we're doing. And I know there's like, I don't know, do you watch JonTron at all?
Yeah.
So I don't know like exactly what the story is. I know there's some like controversy thing with him.
I know the story. So there's a streamer named Destiny and JonTron, a YouTuber. They both had like a podcast together, and during that podcast they were talking about race mixing, and JonTron said he's not for race mixing, and that got a lot of hate in the general public.
Okay, just like interracial relationships?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
And
Such
so
a
then
hub,
there's
that's such a
backlash on
hub
that.
category way to say that.
Yeah. So that's what sparked that.
Okay.
And from there, obviously he didn't do as many YouTube videos. Companies weren't really sponsoring him at a certain point. Whenever you get some shit thrown at you on YouTube, you don't really you get a lot of shit for it.
Yeah.
So just
So
like the
problem
Toby
is,
Turner
like,
thing, or Tobuscus. Sorry.
Who was that?
There's a different guy that was accused of rape from his ex-girlfriend, and he got the similar thing. Just accused. Nothing happened. Just accused. He was on different TV shows. He was doing a lot of shit, and then he was actually he was going to be like a voice actor or actor for a Marvel game, and then he got canceled because of that allegations of rape and shit like that. And then this stuff affects their entire career.
Yeah,
right?
like, it's gonna affect him for life, regardless if it's accurate or not.
Yeah. But the thing is, it doesn't matter whether it's something real that happened, because it was allegations on Tobuscus versus John Tron, which he actually said it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Where but John Tron's making videos now, and I still watch him. Like, I don't agree with that. I didn't know what it was, and I was like, I don't care. Like, I don't need to hear about this controversy shit. Like, I'm not hanging out with this guy. Like, this guy's not a part of my life. Like, I just like his videos. Like, I'm just I just want to watch his video. Like, I just think he has funny videos. Like, I don't think that should be necessarily I feel like people get so caught up in punishing people for seemingly nothing. Like, everyone around you probably says the same fuck shit all the time.
Oh yeah.
But they just aren't held to any sort of standard because they're not
public figures
on the internet.
They're not public figures,
But it's there's no fucking prerequisites for doing this. Like I was just hey, we don't want to make a video, and you're like, yeah, sure, I could say some crazy shit, and then people wouldn't care because no one's watching this. They're really, you know what I mean? But if there's people don't even watch those videos and they're mad about it, this is kind of where I'm confused. Why do you care about what JonTron says? You never watched a JonTron video in your life. You don't even know who Pewdiepie is. Why do you care what he's saying?
It's just to get clicks, man. Just to get views. Just to get money.
Yeah, I suppose.
Just to get that clout.
Yeah, and then that's just that's what they do, and then I guess the advertisers and everyone else, all these financial aspects of this are we're just gonna play it safe because there's a million other people doing this. So all right, we'll just give money to someone else who is not a safe bet right now. Who is a safe bet? I think I said not.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean though. And that's what they do. Whenever you fuck up, suck for you, buddy. There's another 50 guys behind you we can throw money into.
Yeah, they're don't fuck up, or else you fucked up. you're out. That's it. But I'm saying John Tron, maybe not so much as Pewdiepie, but he seems fine. And PewDiePie.
And JonTron definitely got affected.
Yeah,
definitely got affected. PewDiePie, he's had
fucking
backlash throughout
huge.
his entire career. I get it. But
bigger
JonTron,
than
he wasn't making things for almost a year or something, half a year.
Yeah,
just
a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. But he's starting making videos again. So
yeah, he's kind of doing some new stuff too. So that's pretty neat though. If they we're all right, we're gonna take a hiatus and we're gonna try to come back and do the same thing. I think it would be very weird of him to come back and then just try to make the exact same content that he used to make. People are where are the video game videos? And he's we're kind of haven't been doing that for a little while, and then they're kind of drifting further and further, and it's more kind of a sketch comedy situation now. But he still kind of does these video reviews. It's in relation to something. It's interesting.
I saw his workout video. His recent workout videos. I know he has some old ones.
And it's they're talking about a piece of content initially, but there's a lot of sketch comedy in this in the episode. I was yeah, that's cool. He's not just making a reaction video. He's not just reviewing a game and showing gameplay. That's cool. See him doing something else.
Where he buys like the yodeling pickle. Do you see that one?
Is
That's
it
a
like the
newer one.
like the old shit? No, I'm thinking of like
No, that's a newer one.
I was thinking when they had the props, like when you had the bird would talk and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I got
And it
you.
would just like pan to the side, and then like he just voiced it over.
John, how could you?
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I get it. So I'm on 55 right now.
I'm also on 55. So yeah, pretty good place to wrap.
Yeah.
Unless you got any closing kind of thoughts on the situation.
No. I feel like this is pretty good.
Oh yeah, I did want to say one thing about PewDiePie. Sorry, it was like
Okay.
I was like he's like popular as fuck, which is interesting because like he's still not very supported by like the platform and stuff like that. Like he wasn't in like YouTube Rewind at all, and then like he made his own one. They kind of like trolled them, and you know they're like not very. They don't like support his channel like publicly at least, you know. But like obviously the general public, the general YouTube community like likes him and likes what he does. So I just feel like that's pretty weird that they're pushing against it like so hard. But like everyone kind of like wants that, like you know, it's like they have so many people
they won't
watching.
accept it because companies.
Like, oh, so yeah, I guess it's probably like not just like up to them, you know what I mean? Like they have their sponsors or whatever, and like, no, like we don't trust that guy. Like, no, he's on this list, like whatever. But it's pretty ridiculous to think that like the fucking biggest or second biggest right now, the second biggest channel on your platform, and you're just like, nah, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Like,
that's how it be, dude.
Insane. Like he's driven like more people to your site than like anyone.
That's how it be, dude. And
Damn, 2019
he
be
knows.
like,
bruh.
bruh sound effect too.
Bruh. Yeah, damn. Yeah,
Damn.
no, I agree, dude. And it sucks to suck, but that's just how it goes, you know.
Yeah, it's cold winter, cold hard winter online.
God damn.
But yeah, so hope you guys enjoy the new format. Hopefully we'll be doing it live. It's still live, but like in person. And
you get the whole group there.
yeah, well, hopefully we'll have someone there. You know, Justin, maybe Clark, maybe someone else. You know, a nice guest. If you want to come on and you know who the fuck I am, let me know.
Hit your boy up.
Yeah, if you want to come on, let me know. If you know that you live near me, hit me up. Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Hey man, bless up. GG.